He matured, man, against a tough opponent.
And also, Benito, he has one loss, but who has he fought?
And look,
Rick James.
Mario got
he literally fought somebody named Rick James.
Called Dave Chappelle.
Rick James. Nah, man, but
in the bantamweight division, we got Mario Bautista coming off that quick win against Brian Kelleher.
Yeah.
Boy, I picked that fight wrong. I won't do it again this time. He's going against Benito Lopez, who, man, you wouldn't believe this, but Benito, his last fight was in 2019. It was over 3 years ago. That was July of 2019. It's 3 and some change months. 3 years and some change in months. And when you watch one Benito fight, you kind of watch them all. He spams flying knees. He don't set them up. He kind of cool on the feet, like he's not spectacular.
And he's tall and he's long, and he's one of those tall guys where he like to stay on the outside. So he does like push kicks and leg kicks to kind of keep the distance, which ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But it's like, bro, you got to get the finish, man. You can't.
Yeah, and then it's weird because he fights like he has knockout power. How many finishes do he have in the UFC? I don't care about the people you beat up who work at Burger King.
We already know the answer to that. 0.
Yeah, so it's like he fights.
He's intimidating. He's a big guy, man.
He throws that flying knee like it's really gonna land. And man, I've seen fights where he throw it 3 or 4 times in a row, and I'm like, that stopped being exciting or remotely scary 5 flying knees ago. Like, stop throwing it.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing though, he got a good jab, but he throw good feints though, man.
But give him that. It ain't a lot else after that though. I'm not just really too impressed. Don't get me wrong, he's 10-1. So that's cool, but you've been inactive for 3 years, and you fight Mario Bautista, who put on arguably the best performance of his career in the UFC so far.
Hey, hold on, I think I saw something on Benito's record that was interesting. He has 0 takedown attempts.
That's problematic.
He fights one way, man. I mean, he's good at it. I'm not gonna lie, he's real good at the way he fights.
He has a split decision win over Steven Peterson. He has a unanimous decision win over Albert Morales and a win over Vince Morales.
So that's going to be the decision. That's going to be the deciding factor, man, because Mario, we've seen now. You know what's weird about Mario? Mario, his last win is the first submission he has in the UFC. So it's showing that he's getting better on the ground. And I think that's what's going to separate him. That's what's going to separate him from Benito, man. The ground.
And he lost to Corey Sandhagen, man.
On short notice.
Now, I can't defend this Tresean Jones loss.
I know, man. Of all people, man.
I can't defend that one. I don't know what was going on there.
I think that's Tresean only knockout too. In the UFC, man. Yeah. But he's a wrestler though.
Very sketchy right there.
It just make you think that like Mario just he inconsistent, man. You look at his loss. You can't hold the Corey fight because he took that fight on like a week's notice. But at the same time, man, that's when I can't let go of the Tresean one.
And he has fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times since Benito last set foot in the octagon. There's just no way I can pick Benito. If he had more definitive ways to win, if he was more consistent, yes. But throwing 30s flying knees that your opponent can see coming a mile away, loading up on head kicks, throwing wild hooks, could something land? Yeah. But Mario showed his last fight.
I'm
gonna get this fight to the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and get you out of there. I found the recipe to win, and that's just what I'm gonna do. So I'm picking Mario submission second round.
I hate to say this, man, but I know we both like Mario Bautista, and we only can say that because his track record. I think Mario has a ceiling, man.
But the ceiling ain't Benito.
Oh, absolutely. But I would just say in general, man, because the Tresean Jones and Corey, that's a different tier. That's a different tier of guys, man. In the bantamweight division,
in a different tier.
You don't think he's the worst out of the elite guys? You don't think?
I think he's skating on thin.
Oh, so you think he's a gatekeeper?
I think he had to get himself.
Yeah, I think Mario, man. Like they give. I'm not gonna say they give him an easy fight, bro, but like this is a winnable fight for him. He's gonna be on a 3-fight win streak.
Well, another thing, this is a good fight to see where both of them at, because it's like Benito, if you can come in there and beat Mario, who just started picking up steam, that's cool. But at the same time, Mario, there's a point you have not been able to get past, and that's getting like into the 3 wins in a row. So we'll give you Benito.
But we have seen Mario hurt because Corey landed a flying knee and hurt him. and Tresean knocked him out. So we have seen Mario ain't Superman now.
I ain't saying Superman, but I'm just saying.
I'm saying like I'm not saying he's susceptible to getting knocked out, man.
But his last fight just showed that he started growing up.
Yeah, true.
And he's had time to start growing up. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Benito, I don't know what his personal life is like. I don't know how he's grown as a fighter because he hadn't been active for 3 years. But we've seen Mario look more mature. Does that make sense? He matured, man, against a tough opponent.
And also Benito, he has one loss, but who has he fought?
And look,
Rick James.
Mario got
he literally fought somebody named Rick James.
Called Dave Chappelle.
Rick James. Nah, man, but Mario fought way.
And Mario got Brian out of there faster than Umar did.
So even if Mario win a close fight, which he more than likely will, it's going to be because of who he fought in the past. Maybe Benito is not there yet.
Now look, if Benito had been active and had 3 or 4 more fights in between his last fight and now, maybe it'll be a little bit more difficult to call, but and it'd be different if Benito was in there sleeping people. If Benito was knocking people out in one punch, or he was just really submitting people like that and getting them out of there,
he don't pull the trigger.
That'll be one thing, but he don't pull the trigger.
He kind of reminds me of Gore a little bit.
And he kind of jump around a lot and does a lot of, I don't want to say nothing, but he does a lot of non-significant strikes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He throws a lot of non-significant strikes that just don't amount to anything. Yeah. And I don't know, man.
It's going to come down to that Benito 78% takedown defense.
But in those wins, did he wrestle those dudes?
Who, Benito?
Yeah.
No, he has 0 takedown attempts.
Oh my goodness, Mario.
But his takedown defense is 78% though. That's kind of high. So it's gonna be real interesting. But Mario, he's good at setting it up. He's gonna set the takedown.
And Mario hands looked doggone good too in that fight too against Brian. I know it was Brian Kelleher, but still.
Yeah, he's still.
Anybody can look like Roy Jones Jr. against him standing up, but.
Yeah, but Mario, man, he might need to finish too, man.
Oh, I think
because people still think about the Tresean Jones one. So he might have to finish Benito, man.
And I think he'll do that.
Really.